This podcast mentions alcohol and has adult content. Not suitable for children or the faint at heart. For entertainment purposes only. This is the Tales of a Small Town Bartender podcast. You have been warned.
Hey everyone, this is Tony.
This is Sean after that cool drum intro that we have. Love it. Gets me psyched. I use it like my Rocky Balboa walk-in music.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And speaking of rest in peace, Carl Weathers. I mean, this is complete impromptu moment, but he was kind of a huge. He's a huge star from back in the 70s, 80s. Tons of movies and Happy Gilmore. Pro Golfer with Adam Sandler. Oh, I love that movie. And I'm going to call it here. Adam Sandler has a curse so far this year. It's only February, and Adam Sandler has had two people with him who have starred with him in movies. I wouldn't say starred, but who have appeared in his movies have unfortunately passed away. I wouldn't say untimely with Carl Weathers. He was like 75 or something. But the other guy was, you remember the movie Grown Ups?
Yes.
Yeah, and this was the bodybuilder guy from Saskatchewan.
It's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, it was a very short scene where all the women went to the pool. And this bodybuilder guy gets out, and all the women are like, "Oh, check him out!"
And it was him?
Well, it's complete. No, it's not Adam Sandler. It's this other guy.
Oh no! I thought you meant it was Carl Weathers.
Oh no, it wasn't Carl Weathers. No, it's this huge, built white guy, and it's just and he walks over and he goes, "Hey, ladies, you guys from Saskatchewan?"
Yes, I remember.
Guy. He passed away.
Forget that.
Oh, he passed away in January.
Really?
Yeah. So you're on watch, Adam Sandler.
Toby Keith did too, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That one doesn't really hit me as hard because I'm not a country music guy.
I'm not either, but you know.
But yeah, still weird. I have questions. I'm not going to ask them, but I have questions. So, Ghost Watch at Tony's. Anything happened? Got to check in. What's up?
So today, this happened this morning.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
This morning.
How timely.
So I come out and I don't have a lot of windows. Like I have a sliding glass door in my living room, but I usually have the curtains closed at night. So it's kind of dark. And then I close my blind in my kitchen at night. So it's kind of dark when I come out here. So I turn on my light over my desk, and it's the ceiling fan light. You know that one, the one I always talk about.
Yep. The same
I pull
light.
a little string, and it comes on, and I picked up a paper that I had to write something on. It's the football squares. I had to write somebody's name on the football squares. And I picked it up, and the light went out. And it's been doing it a lot. And I looked up at it, and I said, "Come on," and it came back on.
No. How... if it's a ghost, that's hysterical.
Right?
If it's not, that's an amazing coincidence. I mean, really, it's such a great coincidence. But no, I love it. That's great. Any other Ghost Watch stories at Tony's place?
No, nothing else that I've noticed anyway.
Random flashing light for what episode are we on now? 24, did you say?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, you're listening to the number 13, top 13. We're on the list of bartender podcasts on Spotify / Riverside is what they call it. And
actually, that was on FeedSpot.
Oh, FeedSpot. Okay.
Which lists all the podcasts on every platform.
There we go. We're number 13.
We're number 13 out of the top 30. Yes.
So you guys helped us get to that spot. So thank you. Thank you from me, and I'm sure Tony. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
from us, man.
I was
That's
very excited when I
outstanding.
saw that.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it is very
So
cool.
thank you guys. That's awesome. So keep spreading the word, and let's see if we can crack that top 10. That's our next goal. But
Yeah, because
a little. Go ahead.
I didn't even know we were on the list today.
So a note for people going forward: Spotify for podcasts is kind of going away, and they're going to
Yes.
be they're going to be replaced by Riverside. So get over there and bookmark it now. But the coolest thing about Riverside is for us, and we just did a test before this podcast. Tony's going to start practicing with the edits and the cuts and chopping out my coughing fits and stuff like that. She's
Oh,
going to
I should have made you cough. No. To see if I could get rid of it. No.
So she's going to practice punch editing and stuff like that with video. So we're
Yeah.
going to crack into we're going to catch up with 2015 and join podcasts that are doing video when we make this switch over to Riverside.
We will still be on Spotify, though. They will still keep the podcasts playing on Spotify. They're just not going to have the option for us to record through them anymore.
Okay, so that's basically us facing. I misunderstood. My apologies. I don't want to confuse. Thank you for footnoting that. I appreciate that. Okay. So, do our viewers have any questions? Our listeners have any questions? No. Okay. Let's get on to the good stuff then. So here's my first question of the night. So if anybody knows me, they know that I have a thing for kind of spicy foods. It used to be a lot worse than what I am now, but I love spicy foods. But where did I get my start on spicy foods? Because it's always a good idea to start, low and build up your tolerance and build up your tolerance and build up your tolerance until you can get to some of the heavy hitter peppers like the Carolina Reaper, which I can claim I've eaten 3 of those, and that's not fun. But you got to start somewhere. And where do you start?
Where do you start?
Where do you start? Typically, where a lot of pepperheads start was with sriracha.
Yep.
It was such a nice sauce to break in your heat feet, so to speak.
Yeah, that's about as spicy as I can handle.
It was it's such a versatile sauce because it had the garlic and it had the peppers. It had kind of a strange pepper in it. I don't remember what it was, but the Rooster bottle. Everybody knows the Rooster bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was almost as popular as Heinz ketchup there for a little while, but back in July of 2020, when COVID, of course, the Hoi Fong, who's the company that that made sriracha, that Hoi Fong Foods, sent shockwaves basically through the market. They warned the public in the midst of the COVID-related supply chain issues, there is a sriracha shortage. So people freaking panicked, just like with everything else. Toilet paper, just everything went flying off the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
But finding a bottle of sriracha at the time was like finding a needle in a haystack, and you didn't know where the haystack was. I mean, there was like nowhere. People were selling them for $150 a piece. It was nuts.
I didn't even know. I don't even know. I don't buy it that much. So
right.
Didn't even know.
Yeah. So, but here's the problem: is the drought of sriracha wasn't caused by supply chain issues. It was caused by Hoi Fong, the company that made it, because the pepper supplier to Hoi Fong got in an argument that led to a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And at the end of the lawsuit, the partnership dissolved. Hoi Fong said that Underwood, is that right? Yeah, that Underwood was overcharging for the previous year pepper harvest. So Underwood countersued him, saying they got frauded and breach of contract. The court found that Hoi Fong did pay by 1.4 million, overpaid by 1.4 million, but ultimately ruled in Underwood's favor, saying Hoi Fong had to pay the farmer $23 million, 13 million in compensatory damages, 10 million in punitive damages. But anyway, minus 1.4 million overcharged. The decades-long relationship was terminated. So Hoi Fong began sourcing jalapenos from Mexican farms, and they couldn't keep up because the demand was nuts for Hoi Fong. And although Hoi Fong was telling everybody in the media and you and me that, hey, this was a chili shortage, it wasn't at all. So it's bullshit. So now Hoi Fong and sriracha is back on the shelf. It's out there. The problem now, here's the catch. It's different. It's not the same.
I haven't tried it. I don't know.
People online are saying the new product tastes like dirty carrots.
Oh.
And the sauce is now more orange. The original one was dark red, right? Remember that.
Well, he's not using the red pepper, right?
Right. And it's not as hot as it used to be either.
Well,
so this guy, I found him. Go ahead.
I'm sure it's the pepper that has a lot to do with the heat.
Yeah, and the old sauce was much spicier than what the new one is. And I found a guy online that did a side-by-side. The classic garlicky, vinegary taste is still there, but the heat is like almost gone. It tastes like a completely separate condiment, which is sad. So sriracha, the downfall of sriracha. That's really, yeah. I mean, it's back, but it's not, it's orange now and weird and dirty carrots. Gross. I don't know. So sad times. So, all right. Question from me to you.
Yes.
Do you have an opinion about wine drinkers?
About wine drinkers? What do you mean? I like wine. I like wine. What are you talking about, Sean? No.
So, as a bartender, do you hold wine drinkers in a different light than like your bourbon guys or your beer guys or anything like that? You don't care?
No. We don't have any good wines at our bar. We're a little dive bar. We have Sutter Home wine,
All right. Actually, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because there's an article I found talking about how to spot great wines at your grocery store, according to a sommelier.
Okay.
So, first of all, number one is know what to avoid. So there's plenty of good wines in stock on the shelves, but avoid any wine that has the word sweet in the title. It typically means the wine is artificially sweetened to make it more palatable. So look for off dry, the terms off dry instead.
Off dry. Okay.
Yes, instead of sweet. Number two, leave mass market brands on the shelf. That means goodbye Barefoot, goodbye Yellowtail, and goodbye, yes, even Josh. I guess Josh is the one.
I haven't tried Josh yet. And I bought a bottle of that for somebody for Christmas only because my son's name is Josh.
So that's a reason. I'm not gonna shit on that. I mean, that's kind of fun.
I don't like Barefoot wine. I've tried that. I don't like that one.
Yeah, Barefoot is gross. But yeah, leave Barefoot, leave Yellowtail, and yes, even
Yellowtail.
Josh.
I don't think I liked Yellowtail either. But Sutter, I can drink Sutter. I don't know why. And it's probably the same as the Barefoot. I don't know. I can drink Sutter.
All right. Number 3 is certain regions are known for value, and you should know what those regions are prior to going in and buying a bottle of wine, so you get the most for your money, most bang for your buck. So among wine pros, certain places in the world obviously grow different grapes. They're well known for keeping quality up and prices down. So Portugal is one of the best. A couple other names to look out for: Spain in general, not just Portugal, but Spain, Chile, and Washington.
Washington, yeah.
Stateside Washington State wines, red and white both, are gaining traction for their value. And if you love Napa Cab but hate the sticker shock, Paso Robles is a great place for cab.
Yeah, I like cab.
I feel like such a dirty person saying that. Cab.
I like
Argentina and Chile are also a great place to find value. You can find incredible Malbec for under $20 at a grocery store, or you can find really good Sauvignon Blanc, especially from Chile, and they deliver great value. All right. Number 4, if you've been drinking from New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, drink on. Apparently this stuff's a shit. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah?
Number 5, yeah, that's what it says. Number 5, don't be afraid of the unfamiliar. So try something new. Wine is $12. You're not out a lot. Might as well give it a shot. 2 big names you can trust: Louis Jadot and Marie Taylor. And that's Louis J. Dot, the French pronunciation, Louis Jadot, and Mary Taylor. They have classic looking labels and are excellent. So you can find a good buy with that. But that's really about it. So if you're going out to the store and looking for a good wine for a bang for your buck, that's a good place to start.
That's good, since Valentine's Day's coming up.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. That's a very timely article there. So I understand was what you have a story about last week at the bar. Were they a wine drinker?
No, actually. No, I do have one. We have one guy, he's an older guy, that drinks wine and Coke. Together. Red wine, he doesn't care what I give him, Cabernet, Merlot, whichever, and he pours it over ice, and he pours a bottle of soda in it.
I'm rarely speechless, but this is one of those times.
Actually, I get, I used to have another customer that drank that too. He passed away, but it's a thing. I don't know.
Did he pass away from his bad choices?
Well, he was much older. I'll just leave it there. He was much older, but this other guy's older. He's probably late 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Red wine and soda, cola. Yeah. I don't know.
That's interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing. The first guy used to like a fruit in it too. More like a, I don't know. Like more like a spritzer, maybe? I don't know.
So episode 24, and you found new ways to horrify me. That's something cool.
I've never tried it, so I don't know. I mean, it might be good.
Yeah, I guess with the right wine. Coke is so sweet.
I know. I don't even drink Coke, so.
Yeah.
But if you put a dry wine in it, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see it, but the purist in me is offended. But that could be decent, I guess. All right, well, I mean, to each their own. Like there can't be. If you're listening to this show and you drink wine mixed with Coke, write us an email right now. Just don't even think about it. Just open your browser and write us an email. I've got to know if this is really a thing.
It is.
Or if this is just what you got 2 people. I'm talking about the bigger picture here.
Okay, but it's like a sangria, I guess, if you think about it.
I've never seen.
You are speechless.
So what happened last week at the bar?
Okay, so we talked on Wednesday, and then I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't normally work all those days. Yeah, I normally work Tuesday and Friday. That's it. That's my bar schedule because I do the paint classes. So Sunday, actually, I worked the Sunday before that too, and a little bit on Monday. But the last Sunday, our cleaner, the guy that cleans the place before we open, called in.
God, what a saint.
Yeah, right. So I worked Saturday night. And I know how bad the bar was when I left Saturday night because I was slammed on Saturday night. Slammed.
Oh God.
So I know how bad the men's room was when I left there.
Oh God.
So I get a
This
text in
is.
the morning that he called in that he's not coming. And the
Oh
manager,
no.
I'm working for the manager. It's her shift. She's in Cancun. So she says,
Uh,
don't stress about it. Just take out the garbages, put the chairs down, just like maybe sweep the floor. And I was like, you don't understand.
the bathroom's got to be cleaned. I mean, you can't not clean the
I was
bathroom,
like,
but this is why you
no, you don't
specifically pay for something.
understand. I was like, I know what that bathroom looked like because I take the garbage out of the men's room. I put it over by the front door. So the guy in the morning comes in and gets all the garbage. It's right by the front door. So
Yeah.
I went in there and I know how bad it was. So I had to clean the men's room on Sunday. I was not happy.
So first of all, there's a woman that comes in and cleans our bathroom at work, and I will say, I've worked in corporate retail. I've worked in a factory in IT for a factory that was adjoined directly to the factory. We shared a bathroom, and the place I work in now is the worst. It's worse than corporate. It's worse than freaking working, going to the bathroom with factory workers. It's the worst.
It's not
And
as
this,
bad as our bar.
no. Bar bathrooms are by far the worst. And in fact, oh my gosh, this is good. Okay. Story time, Sean. So, did you have any more to the story before I just go on this rant?
No, not that. Sorry, no.
That's first of all, I applaud you because that's God, I can't even imagine. No. So, oh, gosh.
Yes, I
All
wore
right.
gloves.
Look, hell yeah. So there's a woman that comes in and cleans this bathroom at my work, and when she comes in, I am like, thank you for what you do. What you do is amazing. You're one of the VIPs, the MVPs in this building, and nobody knows it. But I'm here to tell you, thank you for what you do, because people who clean the bathroom, and I'll tell you what, this bathroom, the worst bathroom I've ever worked at, this bathroom is clean for like 1 minute and 12 seconds, and then it goes back to just the way it was. It's absolutely horrible. It's so bad.
How
But
many people
this
work there?
woman, 150, and there's one male bathroom. It's a male-dominated business too, and these guys are complete slobs. It's just so bad, so bad. But so she goes in, and the bathroom's clean for 1 minute and 12 seconds. It smells clean. It feels clean. I'm following her around because that's when I want to use it.
Yep.
But then that's done. But then there's the bar bathroom. The bar bathroom is, and hold on. Another side note. My brother-in-law used to work for a college as a janitor. He retired after 30 years at his full-time feed the family job after his kids moved out, then picked up just a little janitor job at down the street of the college. Not thinking anything of it, but he had to clean bathrooms while he was doing that. So he pushed around. He was the guy that pushed around the little yellow cart with the mop in it and the garbage can and stuff, and cleaned the men's bathroom. He wore gloves, and then would go over to the women's bathroom and said women were like 10 times worse.
Really? Not at our bar. I'll tell you that.
No? So this could be a college kid age thing.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be a college kid age thing, I'm thinking, because he told me horror stories of what happened in that women's bathroom, and it left me with my jaw in my lap. I could not believe it, how disgusting those bathrooms were. And I was just thanking him for not sending me Snapchats of that shit.
Yeah,
Because
right.
it absolutely turned my stomach. And I'm not even going to repeat what they are, but just imagine what you think they are and then double it.
I can imagine. The only time
Absolutely.
our bathroom was bad was when I had one of my Halloween parties and we had Jello wrestling and people went in there to try to wash off the Jello.
So Jello I'd be okay with.
Yeah.
Biologics, I am not.
No.
Biologics everywhere in the bathroom, I'm definitely not.
Yeah, no.
And discarded materials.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. But
Ugh.
it's more than just the discarded materials. But God, it's so bad. But maybe it's just a college girl age thing. I don't know. Maybe parents are failing us. I don't know. But absolutely awful. And the person who cleans the bathroom, you are 100% an MVP. Thank you for what you
Yes.
do. That's just, man, I will tell you what, that is a sacrifice that I could not live without, and I will never know. One of the funniest things is when I was in the Marines, is I was stationed in Japan for a few years or a few months. And while I was over there, you go out into the public and you go to use the restroom, and it's Japan, so they don't have a toilet. They don't really have running water in a lot of areas.
Wow.
What they have is a hole in the floor with footprints.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that shit is true. And as an American who was used to using toilets for like 19 years up to that point, it was a life-changing experience that I still think bathrooms to me I still have PTSD over.
Oh, I bet.
I don't know about you, and women tend to be a lot less sensitive about this kind of thing, but there's a thing called a home throner, and I am 100% a home throner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no place like home.
That's true.
Right? So to the point of causing myself near catastrophic disasters in public to get home in order to do the dirty deed. Yeah, I'm a home throner through and through.
Have you ever had to go so bad when you're driving home that it's terrible? No.
Funny story, actually. Funny story. I was driving. My wife and I were driving separate cars up to the UP of Michigan to meet some friends, and it was like a 10-hour drive. And we stopped a couple times, but then the last hour or two, we had like 40 minutes to get there, and I had to go pee so bad, and didn't want to stop. My wife was in front of me driving, and I was behind her following. And no, I was in front. This is important. I was in front. So I'm in front leading the way, and don't want to stop because we're getting so close. It's a 10-hour drive. The hotel that we're staying at is right there. It's just like a half an hour away, 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can make it. And then I get to the point, we're in the UP of Michigan. If you've never been there,
No.
it's like the most sparsely populated region. There's no stores anywhere. There's just houses every now and then. I mean, I could pull over and pee in the woods, but I want to get to where I'm going. So I look over at this Gatorade bottle. I'm like, I can do that as I'm driving down the road.
As you're driving?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So this is a relatively new car that I have. I haven't had it for that long.
Oh, no.
So I got the bottle, and I'm the only one in my car. But then I start utilizing the bottle, and like, oh, thank you. This feels amazing. And then the bottle fills up, and I still have more, and it wasn't stopping. And then started going all over the inside of my car.
Oh, no.
My wife calls me on the radio. She's like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Because I'm swerving all over the place because I'm peeing all over the inside of my car.
Oh my God.
I mean, I got it all cleaned up and everything. It was all right, but yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
So lesson learned, do yourself a favor and pull over and take care of your business. It's worth the 5 minutes.
Definitely.
You're not saving anything.
Yeah, because it probably took you an hour to clean it up.
Frick, I thought I had it though. I was so close. I thought I had it. But no, apparently not. So yeah. Cool story, bro, right?
No. Not a cool story.
Don't pee inside your car, right? But no, yeah, that's a good time. And we still tell that story to this day. It's one of those things. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe what Sean did. Yep, that's me. So anyway, so yeah, so holes in the floor with feet prints, totally weird. India, I think, has the same thing. Everybody over there in that general area has that style of toilet,
I
which
feel
is,
like it'd be hard to go like that. I mean,
I know, and I'm not flexible. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, how? I
is there
mean, you
something
got to
to
be
hold on
like,
to?
not always, no,
I feel like
not
just
always.
fall. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, and here's a good point. To your point, I was watching a YouTube video from one of the travel people that I like to watch, and he was traveling on an Indian train, and one of his things that he does regularly is the loo review, where he'll go in and do a bathroom review for the airplane or the train or whatever he's on, the bus. And he went in to do a loo review on the train, on a train,
Uh,
and there was nothing to hold on to, and it had the hole in the floor and the feet prints, but nothing to hold on to but to brace yourself between the walls.
so the
To
worst
your point,
bathroom I've ever seen in my entire life was on a train in Italy.
go on.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting. We were taking the train from Rome down to the tip so we can take the ferry over to Sicily. So it was
On
a
vacation.
long train ride. It was an 8-hour train ride. And
That's a long train ride.
I had to go to the bathroom at like 6 hours in. I had to go. So, because I drank a whole big, I don't even remember what it was. I don't remember what I was drinking, but I drank a lot and had to pee. So I was with my mom and I said, I'll be right back. And I went in there and I couldn't even go. It was that bad. I couldn't do it.
What was wrong?
It
What was
was,
wrong?
it was, it was a toilet. It was a toilet, but it was
Okay.
piled full. Like it didn't flush or something. I don't know. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
How full of feces?
Yes.
Just out of the hole?
It was piled to the top.
Like Tom and Jerry shit?
Yes. It was
Oh
disgusting.
my God.
So then I went back to the car we were in and I said, well, can't go to the bathroom and gonna have to hold it for another 2 hours.
No fucking way. I would identify it as a male and went in their bathroom and just to see if that was pot. Oh my God.
I've literally never seen a toilet like that in my life. Never.
That's so bad. You know where that doesn't happen? My house.
Right?
That's why I'm a home thrower. Thanks for proving it.
Oh,
Oh, that's awful.
yeah. I had that little gag
Awful.
reflex going on, you know?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think listeners, I apologize, but we just had to talk about it, man. We
This
just had to
is
talk about
the
you
poop
gotta
episode.
you gotta get the poison out. You've got to get the poison out.
So, after we recorded this episode, I was at the bar and two guys wanted to tell me some stories and they wanted me to record them to put on an episode. And then they fit in with this one. Sean didn't know about it, so here you are.
So, my first wife and I split up. She moved out, and I'm living in my apartment alone. And my buddies are like, hey, let's go to the bar, and we go to Pleasantville, New York.
Okay.
And there's a bar back then in the 90s called Surfside in Pleasantville, New York. So we go to the bar, and before we go to the bar, one of my buddies says, hey, let's stop and get Domino's Pizza. In the it's 1995, 96. Domino's Pizza, right? So we get a pie, Domino's Pizza, we're eating it, and at the time I used to have like really bad IBS, like real bad. Right? I'd eat something and in minutes my stomach was like upset. So we eat this Domino's Pizza and we go to this bar, Surfside in Pleasantville, and we're drinking and we're having a good time and whatever. It's winter time, and I got long johns on underneath my clothes. So, so all of a sudden, man, I get the grumbles. Oh man, I'm like, oh. So I go to the bathroom, and this bar was popular and it was packed. And
that's that cheese.
There was a line to the men's room, and I was like, oh fuck. So I go to walk over to the ladies' room, and there's an even longer line to the ladies' room. Like, people are just waiting to get into the bathrooms. They're small, they're like this. I was like, oh, man. So I tell my buddies, I say, listen, I got to go outside and see if I can find a restaurant or something open that I can use the bathroom. And I'm going up and down the street, and everything's closed because it's late, right? The bar's the only thing open. Back then, bars stayed open until 4 a.m. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, man, and we're right by the train tracks. So I'm like, cramping up real bad. So I was like, screw it. I run over, and I try to make it, and I got long johns on, right? And I think I had a union suit. So I've been carrying a knife for my whole life, right? So I go there, and I'm trying to get everything off, and there's right by the train tracks, there's a guardrail, right? So I'm like, fuck, I'll just sit over the guardrail, whatever. Well, I didn't make it, man. I shit myself. And so now I finally get my clothes down, and I'm trying to go finish the rest of the way, and I'm cutting with my union suit with my knife to try and get toilet paper to wipe, right? So I'm like, fuck. It's cold. My buddies are in there drinking. I'm supposed to go back. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I walk back, and I could see him sitting by the window. So I'm banging on the window, and they don't hear me because right. I finally bang loud enough, and they look over, and they're like, come in. I'm like, no, let's go. They're like, come in. I'm like, no, let's go. They're like, no, you come in. I'm like, no, you, let's go. So we're going back and forth. I'm outside. I'm like, let's go, fucking go. And it was before cell phones, right? So they fucking come out. Tommy comes out, and he's like, what the fuck, bro? And I'm like, dude, I just shit myself. We got to go. I got to go home. They're like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, you're not getting in my car. I'm like, well, how am I getting home? I'm like, what the fuck? So we took the Domino's pizza box, right? Mm-hmm. And we put it on the seat in the back. And I'm like standing up in the back seat, holding on to those shit handles in the fucking seat, trying not to sit down. We get to my apartment, I fucking go take a shower, and we decided
throw your clothes away. No.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, you can't salvage anything like that. That's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, it was. Then this is not a bar story, but this is. We were on tour in the band, and we were traveling somewhere, and we stopped at like some fucking really shitty, desolate, out in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania bathroom or gas station. And I had to use the bathroom again. My stomach, right? It was always fucked up when I was younger.
Domino's again?
No, not Domino's. I mean, it didn't matter. I could fucking anything, and then like, oh, I gotta go.
Oh yeah.
My oldest daughter's just like that now. But and I've never like if you gotta go, you gotta go. I'm not like shy. Like all right. So we pull in this gas station, and I run to the bathroom, and I let loose. I'm like, oh god, and I look over. And there's no toilet paper anywhere. And there's no fucking paper towels. There is nothing, right? So I'm like, fuck. So
try and get your butt under the sink?
I took my shirt off, my T-shirt, and I cut my sleeves off, right? And then I cut those in half. And then I took my socks off. So,
socks?
Yeah. So I fucking go to the bathroom. I throw it all in there. And I'm so mad that they didn't have any. So I was like clogging their toilet on purpose. Oh, fuck yeah. I was like, whatever. So we walk out. And I'm walking, and I got this shit-eating grin on my face, and I'm walking back to the car, and they're like, hey, didn't you have sleeves when you went in there? I'm like, yep, let's get in the car and go. I'll tell you all about it.
I got a shit story for you. I'm hunting with my
Should
brother.
I bring this over to him? I'm recording. Is that okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I can bring it over to you, though, if you don't mind. If you don't mind me recording.
Speaking of shit, I was out hunting with my brother. Oh, I feel weird with the thing. And my brother can shit anywhere, too. And he's one of them. He's just got to go. He's got to go.
Gotta go.
So, we're hunting. He's squatting, taking a shit. I don't have toilet paper. He doesn't have any toilet paper. So he sees this leaf that's laying there. It was skunk cabbage.
Yeah.
Very velvety.
Yeah.
Feels very velvety. But little do you know that if you rub it one way, it's very soft. Rub it the other way, and it's very prickly.
Yeah?
Yeah, they got spines or whatever.
I never heard of that.
I didn't either.
Yep.
So Brian wiped his ass with the skunk cabbage.
The wrong way?
Needless to say, about 20 minutes later, he was in such pain.
They come off. They stick you.
They stick into you.
wow.
They stick into you. And he wiped his ass. Yeah, he was in so much pain.
Oh, man.
And he said, Tony, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And he dropped his drawers. I looked. I said, what the fuck is that?
What'd you see?
Oh
All
my
little
God.
spikes?
It was red as could be. It was like
Did
torn
you
up.
have to pull them out?
I didn't pull nothing out. He suffered. That was it.
Sorry, bro. You're on your own.
I never heard of that.
You're gonna die.
Ask Brian about that.
Oh.
Okay.
my.
One more poop story.
So in high school, I used to, the bathrooms are shitty in high school, pardon the pun, but they're really terrible. So I used to always hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I would go down to the nurse's office, and she was always great. Like, oh, hey, Chuck. I go in, she had the cleanest bathroom in the whole place.
Oh, yeah.
Go in there, use the bathroom, you'd be fine, whatever. So this one particular time, the nurse is not there for the day, right? And I gotta go, and my stomach is like killing me, and I'm cramping up. So I go to the office and I make up some story. I'm like, I forgot my medicine at home, and I gotta go get it, right? So this is, like I said, this is the late '80s, early '90s. So they're like, oh, okay. So the superintendent is there, and he hears me say, I forgot my medicine I gotta take and whatever. So he's like, oh, I'll drive him home and he can get his medicine, whatever. So,
Yeah.
so now,
Really?
this particular time I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So he drives me there. I run into the house. He's waiting out in the car, and I go to the bathroom. And now I'm going and going and going, and it's got to be 50 minutes.
What?
Like, yeah, I mean, I just couldn't.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, holy shit is right. And I come out, and he's looking at me like, wow, where was your medicine? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. I also had to use the bathroom. And I got in the car. He drove me back to school, and I finished out the day.
Wow.
But he sat there, the superintendent of schools back then, and
Wow.
waited outside. And it had to be, it's 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It was a long, long
Did you
time.
ever see American Pie?
Yes.
Where Stifler, is it Stifler?
Yeah,
Can't
Stifler.
use the bathroom, and they give him the laxatives.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
That's funny.
So, hey, here's a tip. So, remember when COVID came around, everybody went to the store and bought all the toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
I got guys on my Facebook feed who are like, oh man, I got like 60 cases of toilet paper. Oh, that's good. You're going to be wiping your ass until the year 2042.
Why would you have that many?
Congratulations. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations. You're the idiot that's causing the problem. Anyway, so avoid the idiot. One of the things that was super cool about that time of that when that was happening was I had an attachable bidet installed on my toilet. And that thing is so amazing. And once you go bidet, you'll never go back.
Well, they have bidets in Italy when I was there, but not on that train.
They would have had their job cut out for them there.
Mhm.
But the bidet, so this bidet, right, that I have, it's super simple. It's like $40 at the most on Amazon. You can go and it attaches to your existing toilet. You take the lid off, you put it on, and you put the lid back on, and it tightens it down. It has a little knob on the side that washes either the back or the front, depending on where you're at. And and so the water feed hooks up to your tank feed. And yeah, it's cold water, and you can get heated versions, but you think you need heated water, but let me tell you firsthand, 100 times over, you do not need heated water. You think you do, but you do not. Save yourself the money, save yourself the hassle, because think about when you turn on the hot water in your kitchen sink, how long does it take to get hot?
Takes a while.
Yeah, that's what you're going to be doing on the toilet, waiting for warm water.
Yeah.
So, and you don't really need it. And double bonus points in the summer, super, super refreshing. Super refreshing. But seriously, after every time you use the bathroom with a bidet, when you walk away, it feels like you just had a shower for your nether regions. So it's like, I'm fresh, I'm clean. Let's go take on the day. Right? It's amazing. I recommend it to everybody. And the next time there's a paper or a toilet paper shortage, thumb your nose at them, laugh at them. Doesn't matter, because right now you go through about 1/10 of the toilet paper you did before.
Yeah, but
Yeah, thumb your nose at them, man. It's amazing. So I have oh no. Wait, how deep are we in? Oh gosh,
39 minutes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll tell this story real quick. I'll make it short. So bad breakup stories, right? Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
Valentine's Day coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wrote this down to make sure I told it right about this time frame. Bad breakup stories. We asked them from our listeners. We didn't get any.
Nope.
So I have one for the listeners. So I had a girlfriend in high school, and she was super nice, and went to a nearby high school. Didn't go to mine, but we see each other on nights and mostly weekends. Spend a lot of time together. Had a great relationship. Really enjoyed her company. Did a lot of things that teenagers do, and but one day I don't know why to this day. I still don't know why. I haven't talked to her. But I called, and her mom picked up the phone and said, "Don't you call back here ever again."
Hmm.
And I'm kind of a people pleaser. And I was like, what the fuck? I liked her, and I really liked her mom, but it was really strange. Like out of nowhere, that just happened. So I don't know what happened. I mean, it could have been something really bad. I just still don't know to this day.
Well, it couldn't even be bad if you don't know what it was.
Like, yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it could have if they just decided not to include me in whatever it was. But
I don't know.
yeah, me either. It was super, super strange breakup, but it got me. It really affected me because when I came home on leave from the Marine Corps, I saw her mom in a local shopping center, and my wife was my girlfriend then, who's now my wife of 30 plus years. God, how long have we been married? 30 plus years. Then she was my girlfriend then, and I was like, oh my God, that's so and so's mom. And I ducked in the clothes racks so
Oh
she
my
wouldn't
God.
see me. Not that she would even know me because I was bald. And you know, me back from high school, I had hair down to my shoulders and
Yep.
a mullet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rocking that
Yeah.
mullet.
It was amazing. I had to flow. But yeah,
You
so
never
that
talked
was
to her? You never asked her?
never talked to her. Didn't call her back after that day.
I think you should contact her and find out.
I've been married for too long. I did see her on Facebook once. She came up on somebody else's feed, strangely enough.
You should have asked her.
Yeah.
That would bother me. I would have had to know.
Yeah, it kind of has bothered me as well, but not. I mean, I moved on with my life and everything. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm ruminating over a glass of whiskey in the
Yeah,
in
right.
the dark. But yeah, it's super strange, super strange, super strange, super not a good breakup story because we were close and just all of a sudden it was like you shut a light switch off and that relationship was just no more, and nobody likes that. And that's when you had to break up with somebody to their face. You couldn't do it over text or email.
Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to give that bad breakup story just to give that Valentine's Day vibe. But if anybody has one, feel free to send it in. That's fine. Talesofasmalltownbartender at gmail.com. So I have a drunk or a kid for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I covered a hot dog bun in frosting because I wanted a donut. How amazing is that?
Okay, let's see. It can go either way. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say drunk.
Okay. You're gonna say drunk. I'm gonna say the reason why I did this is because you've been doing this to me for the last few episodes. So I wanted to get you. So yeah, I wanted to get you with a pretty generic one. So yeah, I covered a hot dog bun in frosting because I wanted a donut. You're saying drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid.
Okay.
And actual bullshit. My mom saw me eating it and thought it was unfair that I had one and my brother didn't. So she went out and bought him a donut.
Oh, wow.
I made a hot dog bun donut or a hot dog bun covered in frosting. And my mom went out and bought my brother a real
Real
Donut.
donut.
What bullshit! This kid got ripped.
I've made donuts out of biscuit. You know the Pillsbury biscuits.
Yeah, sure.
You fry them up
Ooh.
and throw some sugar on them. They're pretty good.
Ooh.
You deep fry them
All
and throw some
All right.
sugar on them. They're pretty good.
All right, let's do New York versus. If you're new to the podcast, I have a website for a random state generator. I'm gonna pick a random state. Tony's gonna compare it against a list to see if it's one of the 24 states we've done before, and if it's not, we're gonna talk about everything we know about the state, or what a horrible job they've done marketing the positive things about their state, and decide if we'd rather live in New York, where we both grew up and she still lives, or if we'd rather move to this state full time. So pick a random state. Idaho. Did we do that? I think we did.
I think we did.
Yes, we did.
Yep,
Yeah,
we did. Yep.
All right. Colorado.
No Colorado.
All right, Colorado.
All right. Well, I have not
you
been.
been there?
Have not.
Okay. So this is what I know about Colorado. I've driven through there. I've been to the airport. Stayed there for a night or two.
Yeah.
Beautiful area. Taxes are horse shit.
Really?
Bad. Really bad. Really bad. Tons and tons and tons of snow that they are really good at getting rid of. They got all the major sports teams, kind of like New York. The Rockies, the Avalanche. Let's see. Oh yeah, they got the Denver Broncos. Let's see. I think that's about it. Pizza, I don't know. Food, I really don't know. I know weed is legal there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really about it. The Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that I see when I look it up is the Rocky Mountains and Denver.
I will say this. It's pretty comparable to New York.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is in a lot of ways, because if you want mountains, you can do mountains in New York. If you want city,
Well,
you can do city in New York.
the Rocky Mountains look pretty. I mean,
they're gorgeous. It's a beautiful drive. But I mean, you got to go to the Catskills. You got to do something in New York. But these are the Rocky Mountains, so they're much bigger, right? But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. But I don't think I would move there. I think I'd rather live
no, I
other
wouldn't.
places.
Too much snow
I'm
for me.
staying in New York. All right, so weird alcohol laws in Colorado. So state law requires that wine be sold in containers of at least 24 ounces. All right, talking about a wine episode. Here we are.
Yeah, right.
So wine's got to be 24 ounces. Spirits must be in containers at least a fifth of a gallon, but it also states that these beverages, when sold in hotel minibars, can't be in anything larger than miniature containers. So you're either getting the mini or you're getting a fifth. There's no little flasks or anything in between.
So then you just buy your own flask and fill it yourself.
That's it.
What I would do.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
So last week we forgot to do a quote, an alcohol-related quote. But I'm glad we saved it, because this is actually a really good quote from Johnny Carson.
He didn't
And
do
Johnny
it
Carson,
I didn't even remember that.
he did not. No, after we hung up, I was like, darn. So
Oh, okay.
I scrolled down and saw the list of quotes that I have saved up for episodes to come. Tune in to hear those, listener. We love having you here. This quote is from Johnny Carson. It says, "Happiness is having a rare steak, a bottle of whiskey, and a dog to eat the rare steak."
And a dog to eat the rare steak.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
It's funny that people that like to drink don't like to eat.
Here's me breaking trends.
Yeah, I like to eat, so
So anyway, that's all I had. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in and making this number 13 on the Bartender podcast list. That's actually really amazing, and very happy and very proud of that, and very happy with the work that Tony and I do to put into the show for you. and appreciate you spreading the words from the gospel about Tales of a Small Town Bartender. And if you have a story you want to tell, a funny story about a bar story, or if you're a bartender and want to tell a story, shout us out. talesofasmalltownbartender@gmail.com. talesofasmalltownbartender.com is our website. And if you want to put some gas in the show's tank, buymeacoffee.com/toastb, TOASTB. That's Tales of a Small Town Bartender. And coming soon, like I said, Riverside for podcasts, be on Spotify apparently, but we're going to be switching over to video here in the next few episodes. So stay tuned, and you'll get to see my ugly mug and see if Tony has the filters to my face and to make it watchable. And
I don't know if I can do that. Add filters. Add filters. I mean, not make you watchable. No.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, add filters.
Both are impossible. Let's just get it out of the way now. So thanks everybody for listening. You got anything else, Tony?
No.
You take the last line.
All right. Be good to each other.
You can email us at talesofasmalltownbartender@gmail.com. Check our socials. Facebook, facebook.com/talesofasmalltownbartender. Instagram, instagram.com/talesofasmalltownbar/. TikTok, @talesofabartender. Buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/toastbee.